Oh Lord, but it's funny. He said, "Nigga, really, do I do really say he can't? You can't put no drive two or no drive and no drive four." Man, let's get on to the video, bro. Let's get on to the video. All right. What's up, y'all? It's the most does most. You're crispy. We're back in another video. We got that boy Shrunk. PBS Kids is in trouble. What you mean PBS Kids is in trouble? What you mean? My favorite childhood shows? Growing up, watching all these wonderful shows? How?
What is hands down the best children's media platform of all time? Well, in my personal opinion, that title goes straight to PBS.
Look, with every show I used to watch as a kid, to all of this. I used to watch all of this. The Lion. What's that? Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Take a look. Reading Rainbow. I could go everywhere. Hey, tinkling. Cyber. They got Arthur. I didn't even know Buster had his own spinoff. Hold on. Sesame Street. Sid. Somebody told me I look like Sid. We're gonna do. I'm gonna dye my dreads red. I mean not red, purple. 1 year, and I'm gonna dress up like Sid. Now I don't know who's gonna be the rest of the kids, but hey, I'm gonna just dye myself. What Big Wide World at? Where Big Wide World at? Big Wide World is supposed to be on here too. Where's the sunny? Where's the sunny day? I feel brand new. It's a million things that I could do if you like to do them too. Yeah. It's a big wide world and it's waiting for me and you. World Girl, hold on, what World Girl? World Girl supposed to be on here too. Shit. Y'all really ain't in the trenches. And they covered up my boy Kid George and Dinosaur Train. The best shows, hands down. Let me give y'all top 5 shows, hand down. Hand down. I'm gonna give it my top. This is my top 5. I got for my 5. I got Sid the Science Kid. For my second, gotta go Kid. For my 4th, gotta go to that Kid George. Big Wild World is 3. Arthur, and I'm not gonna hold you. This is gonna make people mad, but I gotta go with Clifford, bro. I'm sorry, Clifford. Well, no, Dinosaur. It's either Dinosaur Train or Clifford, bro. Them bitches hit. Super Wide actually good too. That's number 6 on the list.
PBS Kids.
And
if
Martha.
You don't know what PBS Kids is,
Oh yeah.
it's a children's television brand and programming block that's home to shows like Super Wide, Word Girl, Cyber Chase, and Sid the Science Kid.
Well, y'all not out there, bro, with no cable, sitting in your house watching Super Wide, watching freaking Word Girl, watching Arthur, knowing the real channels don't come, like the real the documentary and all that other stuff come on at 8 o'clock. So you know you got to switch to the other channel, and they just replaying episodes. Man, y'all ain't never went to that struggle before.
And the list just goes on and on. I can't think of many people I can ask right now that didn't watch PBS Kids at some point, whether it's a friend or relative. PBS Kids was special in ways that aren't just nostalgic. PBS
Facts.
Kids has some soul to it. Now that I'm older and I look around at the climate of the media landscape, I'm honestly disappointed by what I see. All I see is the same format with no originality.
If it's not Coco Melon, it's that what's that black girl name? She talking about, let's do the veggie dance. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Eat it up. Eat it up. Eat it up. You got her saying eat it up. I be trying to put on, man, like I was trying to show BB, my childhood, I showed her the backyard and she was sitting there watching it. Here come my cousin. Talk about BB don't want to watch that. Nah, but she was sitting there watching it though, being quiet.
No purpose, no real good goal besides just making stuff that's meant to hook. I remember when TV shows were made with a purpose. I remember when they actually cared about the media that children will watch. I remember getting home from a long day of school, doing my homework, and instantly putting on some PBS Kids. Not because
Boy, that PBS Kids, straight go to a grandma's house, put PBS Kids coming on before Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or Disney. I could call my brother right now. He confirming that PBS Kids is coming on before anything.
couldn't put my phone down, not because I was getting notifications every 5 seconds telling me what I missed, but because they cared. Because it didn't take much. It didn't take a massive array of different colors or a screen.
Nah, I ain't lying to you though. Cybertruck, they didn't come on to like the weekends. That's the only time I really low-key used to catch them, Fridays in the weekend. Same as Sesame Street, because you know, Sesame Street had a time where they was coming on like at 9. You usually be at school at that time at 9. So sometimes I used to catch them in the weekend too.
Every 2 seconds. It took passion from the creators and a genuine love for brightening the days of those on the planet, which is exactly why it works so well. They weren't trying to follow trends. Clifford the Big Red Dog?
That's not Clifford. That's not my Clifford.
Which is exactly why it works so well. They weren't trying to follow trends.
That's not my Clifford. I don't know what Clifford this is. This is not my Clifford I grew up watching. That ain't Clifford I watch up growing. He never looked sketch out and the nose look faded and the color looking faded. Who, Emily? This ain't no Emily. This Lizzie. Like, come on now.
Big Red Dog? Where have you seen anything like that before? Arthur tackled issues that most children's TV programs wouldn't.
Facts. Arthur on some real, like, I ain't lying to you, son. Without Arthur and Hey Arnold, I don't know what I would be in my childhood. Hands down.
And even dare to touch. Cyber Chase made math fun. Math
Facts.
and fun don't use it.
Facts. I ain't lying to you. But hey, you'll learn some math in Cyber Chase before you go to school. Shoot. What's some real tough?
Really belong in the same sentence. Most people aren't going out of their way to solve any kind of math problems, and they surely aren't saying it was fun, but somehow, some way, they made it fun. But what used to be the most legendary childhood media platform on the planet is in deep trouble. If you don't know, in 2025, the US Department of Education terminated the Ready to Learn grant. This immediately stripped tens of millions of dollars from children's educational programming. Throughout the years, the program helped fund the educational research and development behind shows like Super Y, Peg Plus Cat, Molly of Denali, and other PBS educational programs.
First of all, I don't know why Molly the Yachty is on here. Nobody said that and low-key watched that. Not gonna hold you. That show, I had to sleep on it. I slept on that show. I'm not gonna hold you. I was sleeping, like taking a nap. Like that type of stuff, bro. Now, Peg Plus Cat, that ain't bad. Peg Plus Cat, low-key will have you running, like, learning some new stuff every day. Like, I'm not gonna hold you.
But wait, there's more. Following this, the Trump administration also issued an executive order aimed at ending federal funding for PBS and NPR. Combined with later congressional funding cuts, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, or CPB, ultimately lost more than $1 billion in long.
You know what? I know we talking about this, but listen,
federal funding.
I low-key hate how the end of this, how they end up this show, bro. Like, and I'm sorry if y'all don't know the end of the TikTok already spoiled it. The whole time, the show was about her friend not finding out she was a superhero the whole time. And it got to a point that, like, you obviously should have known that's your friend, but it was a different hairstyle. But come on now. And her friend, like, fake knew she was knew she was like a superhero the whole time. The worst ending ever.
In January of 2026, its board voted to dissolve the organization. But get this, earlier this year in March, a federal judge ruled the executive order unlawful, but the damage had already been done, and it was catastrophic. PBS Kids was reportedly forced to reduce its staff by roughly a third, among
some wild crats. Boy, you learn about some animals. You'll learn about some animals for real, son. I'm not gonna hold you. You'll learn a lot of things about them animals.
Other consequences that followed from the funding cuts, which if you look at the state of the site right now,
This. The only reason why I know about this show, listen, bro. They was bored. All right, bro. I was bored at Dow Chemical Plants. That's a story for another day. But I was bored. This the only reason why I know Daisy the donkey, bro, and this fat panda. Now, this, and this, and this. I mean, I used to see it pass by, watch it a little bit to see how it is, but I don't know. Daniel, my dog Daniel Tiger was, he was him.
it's honestly sad. I don't know that they could get back to where they once were. They have new shows that are cut from the same cloth, but nothing feels the same. And it's not just because I'm older than I once was. It feels like the spark is gone. The first thing I thought when I loaded up PBS Kids was, what in the world is this? I know we used to watch some weird looking stuff growing up, but let's be for real. It's clear in the products that are coming from PBS Kids that something has changed. Even though they have the legacy shows, it feels like the spark that was there is gone. With such a catastrophic.
The only thing they made so different about this, bro, that blow my stuff to the max. These new shows. Bro. This ain't nobody watching this. Ain't nobody sitting here watching these for or this or a reboot of this. Like, you know what shows kids is really sitting down to watch? That's the only shows right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In a regular Clifford before they even try to reboot it and change his whole animation style.
The spark that was there is gone. With such a catastrophic cut in funding, how do you possibly recover from something like that? How can you proceed to create content that satisfies the audience that was initially there? I can't.
What's that show called? Let me hurry to search this up. I know I'm talking. It's a dude. It's a duck. It's a pink elephant with a book sack. And it was a dude, a little kid dude. Poco? That's what the thing called. Poco, Pocky, Poyo. However it was, this was a good show to watch too. If y'all not, let me show y'all, bro. This was a hands down a good show to watch too. I don't care what nobody said. This was a good show to watch. Even though they ain't talk, bro, the narrator was making you seem like it was talk. Right here, hold on. Don't forget. And don't forget, I gotta shout out my favorite show, hands down. It's top 5 for a reason. The Big Wide World. Like, come on now. Y'all not out here watching these type of shows? Y'all out here watching these basic shows. No, you can't tell me nothing.
Prove it, but the funding cuts seem to have gutted the program. Not to the point where it's not operational, but enough to the point that it's noticeable that something changed. I'm an 18-year-old that hasn't watched PBS Kids in over a decade, but despite that fact, I can still remember vividly how it shaped how I saw media. It wasn't
Man, I don't care what nobody say to it. My kids watching PBS Kids. They watching Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney. The old Disney when they had the bear in the blue house and all them other childish stuff. You know, all that stuff I used to watch when I was there. Even the little crazy, odd, random things what the dudes were doing with their fingers. Somehow, some way, I do not know how that was a show. But still, it's what it is.
Flop thrown together with the hopes of pulling in cash. It was a genuine.
There you go. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe like always. Y'all already know we're on that road to that 700. 700. That's what we on. Here we go now. 700. That's what we on today. Hey, 700. That's what we on today. Here we go now. 700. That's the road we going through. Hey, 700.